What's happening, guys? Hey, I just wanted to do a quick video and clear a few things up. For those of you guys know, I did have a HRC video come out a few days ago, and if you didn't, you probably didn't notice, but I did actually have to take that video down. And why I did take it down was because Tim Reeve from Chris Reeve Knives, he heard about the testing of his handle scale, how it came up weird. You know, that the 14% aluminum, that was weird. And we wanted to clear it up. We wanted to figure out what's going on, and he wants to figure out what's going on. And out of respect to him, I took the video down till we find out what it is and why. Because we don't want misinformation to get out there and people to make misconceptions about a company just because of, it could either be, you know, the company that's supplying them, bamboozling them, or it could just be the fact that this is actually what we think it is, or this is the first thing that came to mind, at least like to Kurt. Kurt is obviously the professional in all this that deals with the PMI gun on a constant basis. He works in the machine shop where it's used, so he understands how it works and what it could be and what it couldn't be. And the first thing that Kurt said was, well, the only way I could see so much aluminum being in there is they did some kind of blast that had aluminum in the blast. He said this days ago. And then when Tim Reeve heard about this whole thing, he went to Niagara. They do an aluminum blast. That's how they get that texture on the surface. Those of you guys that have handled CRK, you know that kind of, it's almost like, it's a bead blast essentially is what you're looking at. Those of you guys that have been in metal shops or seen auto shops and stuff, you know what a bead blast is, kind of like a sand blast. Now, they supposedly have elements in their blast. So they have aluminum in the blast, they're actually embedding into the surface. Sometimes they'll have vanadium and other things in there just to embed strength into the surface of the titanium, but they use aluminum in their blast. So that's what they think it is, and we are going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and send this knife in and let them test it as well, so we get a third party. You know, we want to get another test and see what they find it to be. And we don't want misinformation to get out there, so that's why I want to make sure that this is actually what we're saying. We want to make sure it's 6AL4V. Tim Reeve definitely wants to make sure this is 6AL4V, but yeah, so we're going to figure it out, and then I'll go ahead and redo the video, and I'll explain the whole situation then. Obviously, I'll redo the Archbishop as well, because I was in the same thing. And I know, guys, and the reason I'm doing that is with respect to him, because I can tell, you know, by their manufacturing that attention to detail is very important to them. Their S35, if you guys watch the video, you'll know that the S35 came up at 60 HRC, and that's right at the top of their spec. And it also was absolutely S35. There was no misconception about that. It was like dead on. And there wasn't even elements. Usually we see other elements in there that aren't necessarily supposed to be there. Not with this one. This one was dead on S35, and it was at the perfect Rockwell hardness. And absolutely the grain structure is done very well, because in use and sharpening it feels amazing. So I want to say, yeah, I know, I have a strong feeling that if this isn't 6AL4V titanium, then it's not Chris Reeve trying to take advantage of the customer. It's more a possibility of supply, you know, like their supplier not being honest or something like that. So going forward, I'll go ahead and do a follow-up video, and then we'll figure it all out and come back, because the main purpose of this is truth, guys, just to get the truth out there, to know that what we're paying for is what we're getting. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Have a great day.